Ready? Gotta play this song. Welcome to the TC Radio Show. My name is Tarnisha Smiley, and our topic for today is police brutality. Police brutality is a civil rights violation that occurs when a police officer acts with excessive force by using an amount of force with regards to a civilian that is more than necessary. Early policing started back in the South with night patrols, which developed into slave patrols. They were responsible for patrolling, returning, and punishing slaves. It also dated back to the movement from Mississippi to the West, where it was many examples of police shooting first and asking questions later, or they was doing what it was necessary at the time being, and that was the attitude of most police officers. Police brutality really became exposed to society after the beating of Rodney King in California in April 1991. Ever since this case, police brutality has been a subject that's a major concern to society. Now, what are some causes to police brutality?
Uh, the concept to close give possible roles in society. Some people working in law enforcement may gradually develop an attitude or sense of authority of society, particularly in the traditional model of reaction, that's surveillance, making the same concept that the police believe that is above the law. However, it is often seen as an easy way to solve an issue. The causes of police misconduct is defined as an explanation of the permits that have both organization at the top when it comes to playing corruption on both individuals and the effects of a person of behavior management. It is possible that a large of people may perceive the use of force by the police, and even when excessive force used is reasonable or when circumstances so warrant.
Okay, what are some cases and examples of police brutality?
Well, I think that two of the most controversial cases of police brutality were Rodney King and, of course, Oscar Grant. Now, who can forget the Rodney King case? Um, I think it's one of the most well known cases of police brutality. After a high speed chase in 1991, four white police officers pulled him out of his car and beat him. They hit him with a baton 55 times and caused him to have 11 fractures, broken ribs, and, of course, tons of cuts and bruises. And then we all remember the Oscar Grant case in 2009. It happened on New Year's at the BART train station in Oakland, California. And he and some friends were detained by police. They handcuffed Oscar Grant and shot him in the back. The police officer who shot him claimed that he thought he was pulling out his taser. And there were many on watchers who recorded, and the video went viral. And they even made it into the movie. If you guys have heard of Fruitvale Station,
Yeah,
it's a
that's
good
a good
movie, you
one.
guys. It's really good.
Yeah. What? Lori. Hey. What about statistics of police brutality?
Uh, when most people hear about police brutality, they automatically assume it's someone of color, such as black or Hispanic, but it's actually led strongly by white people. In the beginning 3 months of 2015, there was a total of 385 cases of police brutality. Out of 385, 171 were white, and 107 were black, and 54 were Hispanic. There were only 20 female victims of police brutality.
How are some ways to prevent police brutality?
First thing that police could do to prevent being brutal is to stop criminalizing everything. This is a big start to change. On these days, almost every offense looks like a crime for them. Another step to decrease the police brutality is to obey the Force Amendment. These arrests tend to be marked by severe racial disparities. To rectify this problem, the report says that police should have alert people their rights to refuse a search, much as they are required to read arrestees their Miranda rights. On my third step, I have the body cameras. Body cameras are for from the solution, but they can be important and helpful, especially when the local communities force their use guided by clear regulations. There should be clear rules for when these cameras must be activated. Clear measures should be established to allow citizens to access the footage, in addition to preventing and validating their own right to film police.
Well, we're going to turn to some phone calls about people's opinions about police brutality. So let's make our first phone call. Hello, welcome to the TC Radio Show. Where are you from? What's your name?
I'm Jeremiah. I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Well, hello, Jeremiah. We're talking about police brutality, and we just wanted to know, like, what are your opinions about it?
Police brutality is something that is just unethical to me. And even though all police officers aren't corrupt and some do uphold a professional standard to their job, police brutality is something black people have always faced since the Civil War time. And it's just out of control. Like,
How would you say it's out of control? Like, have you experienced police brutality for yourself?